from the Artistville Public Library, a branch of the Morgantown Public Library System. It's that time for your weekly dose of the summer reading program. And today's program is Fairy Tale Treats and Magical Mythical Munchies. Hi friends, our first recipe of the day is Princess Popcorn. So what we're going to do is take our bag of popcorn, if that's what you're using, and we are going to open it and we will pour it onto our cookie sheet. So you put your popcorn on the cookie sheet and spread it out. Our next step is to add your meltable chocolate or your meltable wafers. And I have white chocolate here, and I'm going to pour it into my measuring cup. And just to be extra fancy, we found these unicorn chips, melting chips, or chocolate chips, but they're unicorn colors. So we're going to sprinkle that in here too to make it extra pretty. So we will then take our chocolate and melt it in the microwave. Okay, once your chocolate is melted, you need to add some coconut oil. I don't have actual coconut oil today, but I have some coconut oil sprig, which will work just as fine. That's going to thin out the chocolate a little bit, so it's easier to pour. So you put a few squirts in there and stir it up, and then you're going to drizzle it over your popcorn. It's sort of slow, and you might not get it all covered, but that's okay. Because you're going to mix it all together once it hardens. But if you miss some, that's okay. And I'm going to get some sprinkles. And you can use whatever kind of sprinkles you have at home. I have some pretty pink ones here. And I'm going to just dribble it all over here, drizzle it. And then I have some other sprinkles. I'm going to shake these on here too. And you just try to put as much as you can on there, as much as you want. And then you let it harden. So it will have to sit there for a few minutes. So once it hardens, then you can take it out and flip it over to try to do the back side of the popcorn. We're not going to do that today, but you can do that at home. So once you're finished with your Princess Popcorn, it should look a little like our sample that we made early. So that's our first recipe, Princess Popcorn. Guys, now it's time for our second recipe, which is edible unicorn horns. And they are made out of sugar ice cream cones. So you can make these two different ways. You can make them with regular icing that you get at the store, which is pretty simple to use. And you can put some food coloring with it to change its color, or you can buy maybe a strawberry flavor. We went with vanilla today and just added some pink coloring to it. So you're going to take your icing, and you're just sort of going to paint the icing onto your cone. So let's see if I have a knife that might work better. You can use a spoon or a knife, or you can roll your cone into it, whatever you prefer. Take our sprinkles and decorate. And we'll put a few more other ones on here. Can be one of our unicorn horns. We can also do it with our melted chocolate like we used before for the Princess Popcorn. So I still have some of that here. And I think what I'll do for this one, I'm going to put all my melted chocolate to the corner of my measuring cup here. And maybe I will just sort of roll my cone in there. Yeah, that works pretty good. And then I will use another spoon to sort of paint at the top up here. And then I'll use my knife. And I'm using plastic utensils today, but you can use whatever you have in your house. And then let's see, oh, I have some different kinds of sprinkles. And let's sort of just shake them on there. Ooh, that's okay. We can put lots of sprinkles if we want. The more sprinkles, the better. Oh, these aren't sticking very well. So maybe I'll have to sort of punch those in there, place them there, make them look pretty. And there we have our edible unicorn horns. Our next recipe is fairy bread. And what you will need to do is to get a piece of bread and a rolling pin. So we're going to take our rolling pin and we are going to roll our bread out till it's very, very thin. So we roll our bread out and then we are going to cut off the edges, cut off the crust of your bread. Now I have a sharp knife. If you use a sharp knife, be very careful. So we're going to cut all of our crust off. And then you're going to decide what you want to use for the inside of your fairy bread. You can use butter or you can use cream cheese. We're going to use butter for this one. We made our samples earlier, we have one of each. But you can use whatever one you would choose. So let me put my crust over here. And then I'm going to get some butter and put it in my bowl here and stir it up. And I'm going to add some sugar to that. So let me get a spoonful of sugar. I really want to say helps the medicine go down, but I probably shouldn't say that. So I'm going to stir up my sugar till it comes like a spread, okay? So you can tell that it's sort of like sugary butter. And then I'm going to spread that onto my piece of smushed out bread. So then once I have all of my butter covering all of my bread, then I'm going to add some sprinkles. You can add your sprinkles on there. And once I have my sprinkles, then I'm going to roll up my bread. So let's see. Take it and just start rolling like you're making a jelly roll, which I've never made one of those either. So then it's going to look like that. And then you can also, you can cut it into little slices if you like, or you can eat your fairy bread like this because it's now sugary and sweet and sprinkly. Our next recipe is magic wands. So for our magic wands, we need cheese and pretzel rods. So you need to find a cheese that's a little bit thicker than our regular sliced cheese. So you can buy a chunk of cheese and then slice it in half. Be careful when you cut the cheese at home. So you need some cookie cutters and you are going to place them on the cheese and push down hard till you get your shape out of it. It can come all the way through. So let's see if I can get my piece of cheese out of there. Oop. Oh, sure made a boo-boo, but it's okay. We'll fix it. And then we'll try the heart. The heart's a little bit simpler. So let's push it through there. And then we'll push it out of the cookie cutter. And then we are going to put our pretzel rod into it. And let's see, I had a straw, but I'm not sure what I just did with my straw. I lose things quickly. Let's make a little hole in it. And then you're going to place your pretzel rod in there, your pretzel stick. There are all different sizes of pretzels that you can use. This is like a medium-sized one. And there you have your magic wand. Okay, friends, our next recipe is royal frogs on a log. So what we need for this recipe, we need some celery, and we've already washed our celery up and cut it into tiny pieces. So, you know, you want your pieces through 2 or 3 inches long. And you want to fill your celery with either cream cheese, which we have some here, and we'll fill one of these with cream cheese. Okay, and you can melt your cream cheese a little bit so it's easier to go in there. And we'll do the other one with peanut butter. So you've heard of ants on a log where you use peanut butter and raisins on top of celery, but this is royal frogs on a log. So we're going to fill this one with our peanut butter. Okay, so there we have them. And then we are going to use olives. Now, I know not everyone likes olives, but they're good. So they're green, so I guess that's where we get our frog at. So you can slice your olives, or you can put them in your whole. I think we're going to put these in your whole. I think it looks prettier than you have a whole olive to eat. So we just stick them in the cream cheese. And you can also stick them in the peanut butter. And it makes it our royal frog on a log. Uh-oh, I think it tried to jump away. So let's push it down in there. And there we go. Royal frogs on a log. Our next recipe is the 3 Little Pigs snack mix. And this is one of our easier recipes because you just sort of pour the items in a bowl, okay? I'm not really gonna measure that well, but you know what? You should have the recipes in your summer reading packet, plus you can also find them online at the library website. So we're going to take some potato sticks to represent the straw house from the Little Pigs. So let's put some of those in our bowl. Potato sticks, supposed to be straw. And then we're gonna add some pretzel sticks, which represents the wooden house, the stick house. So let's pour our pretzel sticks in there. And then to represent the last Little Piggy's house, we have some chocolate blocks. And these are just Hershey bars that we have torn apart until they look like they're little bricks or little blocks. So let's put those in there. Okay, and then we're just sort of gonna mix up our bowl and put our hands in there and sort of stir them around. Like I said, this is a very simple recipe. So you can eat them from the bowl, or if you'd like, you can make your own little bag of a snack mix to eat. So you can take from your bowl and just sort of fill up your bag. But inside of our bowl, we have all the ingredients from the 3 Little Pigs house. So you can woof them down later when you want to. So there you go. Our final recipe is Mermaid Punch. So you should have this recipe in your summer reading packet, or you can find it online. So the ingredients are blue Hawaiian punch, a bottle of Sprite or 7-Up, so a lemon lime soda. You need some pineapple sherbet, some water, and some frozen concentrate of lemonade. Now, I could not find regular lemonade, so this is pink lemonade. I think it will work. Plus, pink seems more of a mermaid color to me anyhow than yellow. So, let's start with, and once again, we're not gonna follow the directions quite like they have it, but we're gonna do, first we're gonna put our sherbet in. And it says to use half of your sherbet. So let's dump our half of our pineapple sherbet into our punch bowl. Now you can make this in a punch bowl, or if you have a big drink dispenser, you could use that. We have a punch bowl here at the library, so that's what we're using today. But let's add our lemonade concentrate. Oh, it is pretty and pink, I like that. So let's pour that in. And then you can add some water. It called for a lot more water, but our bowl's not that big, so we're not gonna add a whole lot of water. So our mermaid punch might be sort of sour and tangy, but that's okay. So now let's add some of our lemon lime soda. Oh, it's really bubbling up now. Okay, now let's add some of our blue Hawaiian punch. That must be the color of the ocean for the mermaids. So let's pour that in. It's looking pretty good. And then we can stir it. So let's see what happens. Oh, there's our sherbet sort of came to the top, and we can add some more sherbet in there too to make it a little bit thicker, but it's looking pretty good. I like that pineapple sherbet. I see little pieces of pineapple in there. And you know what, let's add just a little bit more sherbet in there. Let's put our spoon in there. And add another little bit of sherbet. And then we can stir some more. And that's our mermaid punch. I hope you guys enjoyed our cooking class for the day. If you enjoy cooking, please come to the library or one of the branch libraries and check out some of our lovely children's cookbooks. I want to thank my helpers for the day, Miss Ruth and Miss Amanda, for helping with the program. And we want to say, as we enjoy our lovely drink of mermaid punch, cheers. Let's taste it. Good and sour.
Yeah.
Mermaidy.